Welcome to She Suite's podcast with your host, Jodi Hood. This is a place where She Suite executives share and compare unfiltered realities that our male counterparts will never face. We laugh, we cry, we thrive, and we survive. Today's topic is another good one. And the topic is simply leading is lighter when you're liked. The power of likability. Now, how many times have you heard leaders say, you don't have to like me, but you sure better respect me? Well, that might not work to your advantage because likability is a force that can help you propel to greatness. I'm going to tell you something. When people like you, they perform for you. And when they don't, surely you have a problem. So today I'm going to share ideas from an article that I read recently by Lachlan Brown. And it is The Art of Small Talk, 10 Simple Ways to Become instantly likable. Now, I began to think, why would anyone want to be intentional about being likable? But then my mind went back to a previous podcast where we discussed Robert Cialdini's 6 principles of persuasion. You probably remember that one. And they are reciprocity, commitment to consistency, social proof, authority, scarcity, and lastly, liking. Ooh, honey, that last one, liking, it is really powerful. And why? Because people are more easily persuaded by those they like. Period. Just like I said, they like you, they'll perform for you. Now, if someone likes you, they're more open to hearing you out. They're more likely to say yes to your idea, to champion your proposal, and to trust your judgment. In other words, likability greases the wheel of influence. Oh, it's important. Now, as women in the suite and aspiring she suites, you kind of walk a tightrope because you're told to be strong, but not too strong, warm, but not too soft. Likability, honeys, should not be a liability. It is and should be an asset. So you're wondering, I'm sure, how do you sharpen that asset without compromising who you really are and without coming off as phony? Well, that's where Brown's article comes into play. He shares 10 ways to become likable. And I'm going to give you those 10. And if you decide to click off because you're busy or something, you can go and read his article, or you can always come back to the podcast, Spotify, iHeart, LinkedIn, or Facebook. You can hear it again, and then you can get the full breakdown of those 10. But let me give them to you. 10 ways to become likable. Listen more than you talk. Show genuine interest in others. Smile. Remember people's names. Give sincere compliments. Be positive. Be generous with your time and resources. Be humble. Find common ground. And lastly, use appropriate humor. Now, as I said, I'm going to break those down, but if you have to go, you have to go. But just come back and get all of these little nuggets, okay? So here we go. We're going to break it down. Number 1, listen more than you talk. Have you ever noticed how magnetic people make you feel heard? They lean in, they genuinely listen, and they listen deeply. Yeah. And leadership, this builds trust faster than any title ever could. Secondly, way to become likable. Show genuine interest in others. Remember, relationships are currency. Get curious about your team, your colleagues, and even your competitors. It's not manipulation, it's connection. Thirdly, smile. Simple, it's powerful. A warm, authentic smile is universal language. It softens the edge of power and it invites people in. So yeah, give them that big smile. Show those brighty whiteys. Now, number 4, remember people's names. And I definitely have trouble remembering names. But let me tell you, remembering a name is underrated. When you call someone by their name, you show respect and you signal that they have value. So here's a pro tip, and I'm going to have to start using this one myself. Repeat the name silently when they are introduced and it helps the name to stick. Someone else said, like, if somebody tells you that their name, kind of associated with something that you're familiar with, and that will help you to remember their name. But baby, don't underestimate or underrate the power of remembering a person's name. Now, number 5, give sincere compliments, not flattery, but authentic praise. Women often hesitate to celebrate others out loud, but you know what? Lifting as we climb only makes the climb lighter. Number 6, and I'm almost done. Be positive. Did you know the energy is contagious? People can feed off of that positive energy, and optimism brings what? Influence. And influence is the key to what? Leadership. That's what leadership is. It's about influence. Alrighty, number 7, be generous with your time and resources. Mentor someone. That's my favorite. I love mentoring and coaching. That is truly my interest and my commitment. But listen, share your intel. Make those connects. Connect people with other people. Those networks. You know what? Those gestures bring loyalty that a spreadsheet could never measure. Okay. Number 8, and we have 2 more after this. Own your wins, but stay grounded. I do a podcast about the difference between arrogance and confidence. But nothing kills likability faster than arrogance. So confidence and humility, they can and they should coexist, but don't cross the line with arrogance. Number 9, find common ground. Whether it's your challenging teen, oh my God, my teenagers are giving me the blues, or a shared frustration with traffic, finding a me too moment builds rapport that's hard to fake. Number 10, use appropriate humor. Laughter, says Brown, is a shortcut to human connection. It disarms tension and builds camaraderie. Just keep it professional. And the key word throughout this whole podcast has been authenticity. Please be authentic. I'm telling you, this Mr. Brown has a great article. I admonish you to look it up, read it. It's really good. And I really believe in the power of likability. Now, let's be clear. Likability is a bonus. It's not a burden. Okay. It's not the goal. It is the lever. It doesn't mean that you have to dim your light or dial down your power. You don't have to do that. But it does mean showing up in a way that makes people want to follow you. They want to follow your lead, not just because of your title, but because of who you are. So the next time you're in that boardroom and you're trying to make a pitch, or you're in a tough negotiation or a heated decision or discussion, you ask yourself, take a breath, take a step back. How can I lead with connection? How can I be more likable? Because in the she-suite, power is not just about being in charge. It's about having the influence to move hearts and minds. And likability, that's one persuasive tool in your toolkit. Alrighty, folks, I hope you've enjoyed this podcast. And what am I going to say? Like me on Facebook, connect with me on LinkedIn, or subscribe to my YouTube channel, shesweets.com. I'm sorry, shesweets.com is my website. You can go there too. Yeah, but She Sweets with Jodi Hood on Spotify, Amazon, as I said before, iHeart, Deezer. I'm all over the place, 24/7. And again, I want to thank you because on last week, I reached that mark again, 100 views on one of my reels. Gosh, you guys are really helping me out. And I want to encourage you to like, share, come on, share with your friends. And that would really help a sister out. Now, what am I going to say to my she-sweets? We have to keep doing what? Walking the walk and talking the walk. And to the she-sweet men, we know that we are coming at you.
she's sweet. We come, they retreat. These women top notch, they vibe is elite. Yeah, they walk in the walk, talk in the talk. They some real boss ladies, they done paid the cost, baby. Now they going off crazy. Yeah, she's sweet. Coming at you straight from the C-suites. Real talk, we don't need nothing phony. Just for the girls, yeah, for the G's only.